Hello YouTube. Is Pfizer still hot or should we forget about it? After this roller coaster of 2020 and 2021, the question is, should we still invest in Pfizer or did we miss the train? To answer this question, we will check how big Pfizer is, how well do you know the company, are the stocks a buy, why would you want them, what are the pros and cons of having Pfizer in your portfolio. In the last 2 years, Pfizer has become very successful thanks to their vaccine for the COVID. But did you know that they were successful even before that? Pfizer is one of the biggest pharma companies out there, even before the pandemic. They release you out of your pain with Advil. They smooth your mood with Xanax and smooth it even more with their blood pressure drug Viagra, which obviously we all know due to its side effects, the big ones, if you know what I mean. But before being very successful with drugs, they were very successful with their top-selling product, citric acid. You might think, what is that? It is actually used in Pepsi and Coca-Cola and so many other foods that are preserved and given a nice lemon taste due to that citric acid. Pfizer is also very well known for helping the Allied forces during World War II by being the biggest producer of penicillin, which is a really good antibiotic. From this very short list of incredible inventions, you can already see that Pfizer is really good at research, and next to that they are also the first one with the COVID vaccine. Which brings us to the point of now, where we can ask ourselves, is the management on point and are they still putting everything into research to get new drugs on the market? As we grow older on the earth, do they still create products that we need as a population? And finally, can Pfizer still grow? To answer some of the previous questions, at least the management think they can grow, that they will continue to serve our purpose on earth and create great drugs for us. Mr. D'Amelio, the CFO, Mr. Young, the CEO, and Mr. Dolston, the president of research of Pfizer, think they can because they are the biggest owners of the company, otherwise they wouldn't. After them come large investment funds, which have many analysts which think that Pfizer can grow and will pursue its purpose. But the fact that the management thinks they can and that large investment funds think they can doesn't mean that you have to do it. Pfizer might just not be good for your portfolio. This is why, before we continue, a quick disclaimer. Contact your financial advisor to check what is good for you and doable for you. Do your own research, and finally, past performances are not a guarantee for future results. Indeed, Pfizer stock could plummet tomorrow and no one could foresee that. My name is Anne-Sophie and I love everything personal finance. I really want to help you, so if you have a question or struggle, please share in the comments so I can answer to you. I like doing simple analysis of stocks, so if you want a specific one, please let me know in the comments. Alright, in my opinion, the pros of buying Pfizer shares are their very big market share in the pharma industry. Vaccine prices are about to go up as production hasn't grown as fast as worldwide demand for vaccines. They have a vast amount of success in their research and bringing out great products. And as a share, it does pay dividends quarterly and has grown over the past decades. What I also like about Pfizer is their broad amount of products, going from drugs to vaccines to citric acid. They are having a diversified portfolio. If you know me, you know I like calculations, and here are two scenarios that could possibly, maybe, eventually happen in the future. In both scenarios, we will invest $500 into Pfizer, which is about 10 shares at 50 USD. In scenario 1, it will grow 8% every year and pay out a dividend of 3%. In scenario 2, it will be 5% a year of growth and 4% of dividends. In scenario 1, the company is very successful and growing and doesn't pay that much dividend as it reinvests in research. In the second calculation, they are maybe less successful with new products and therefore just decide to roll with it and pay out dividends. As you can see in scenario 1, after 11 years of investing, the total of capital gain is $580 on an investment of $500, which is more than 110% of growth. Next to that, you have about $250 on dividends, which is pretty magnificent as well. If Pfizer wasn't to grow that fast, with a 5% a year, you would end up with $314 in capital gain, which is about 70%, and $284 in dividends, which is pretty good if you want to create a cash flow income out of your investments. The future of a pharma company is always based on its research and upcoming products. Right now, Pfizer is focusing on breast cancer drugs, but are not meeting as much success as they have in the past. They have setbacks on both legacy drugs and clinical studies on new drugs. Which brings us back to the question, is the management capable of funding the research, and is the research focused enough? When one of their most sold product is citric acid, you could think, are they focused enough as a company at all? Should they spin off citric acid into another company and focus only on drugs? And based on the volatility of the stock price, would Pfizer bring you enough growth or too much of a headache and increase their sales in Advil? All in all, if you think you missed the Pfizer train, I don't think so. I think the train is still coming and you just have to believe it's the right destination for you. So if you need growth or dividend, this could be one for you. If you need only growth, maybe Pfizer is not for you. Pfizer had a great success in 2020 and 2021 due to their COVID vaccine, but at some point they will have to bring out a new product. And the question is, how long will that take? And are you patient enough to wait for it? So what do you think about Pfizer? Please let me know in the comments, I would love to hear from you. If you are interested in another simple, quick analysis of other stocks, you can look at my other videos and subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye!